Hi, this is John from Owens Estate Planning Services, and I'm producing a series of videos designed to help people clear up some common misunderstandings in the world of wills and estate planning services. In this particular video, I'd like to deal with the idea that assigning a house over to your kids is really clever and is going to save you lots of hassle in the future. In reality, nothing could be further from the truth. By signing a house over to the kids, all you're doing is wasting a load of money and opening yourself up to more problems than if you'd just done nothing at all. So let's have a little look at the issues that signing a house over can cause. First of all, we've got the really obvious one. By signing it over to your children, they are now in control of that house. They are the legal owners and there's absolutely no rights that you have in it anymore. Now, it's hopefully quite unlikely, but if you had a falling out, a big falling out with your children, there's nothing to stop them evicting you from that house and them selling it, because it's theirs. You have legally given it to them. You've got absolutely no rights whatsoever. You can't go to the police. It's just, there's no arguments whatsoever. Hopefully that's not going to happen. But now it is in the kids' names, let's think about some other things that could happen without them meaning to. What happens if one of them's passed away? Let's just say you've got a daughter who owns the whole house now. You've got one daughter, no son. She owns the whole house, and now she's passed away. If she's married, the odds are she's probably got a will leaving everything to her own husband. Well, now her husband owns your house. Fingers crossed your son-in-law and you have a great relationship and you haven't got to worry particularly about him chucking you out. But what happens if you don't have a great relationship with him? What if it's just a very standard relationship? He doesn't owe you anything. He could sell that house at any moment. What happens if she didn't have a husband but she's got kids? She's now left it to her grandkids. You've now got a place that you're living in that once was yours, now owned potentially by children who aren't even old enough to make decisions about it. So lots of risk that could be created there. Let's stick with a scenario with the daughter. Let's now say she hasn't passed away before you, but she's got divorced. Well, in a divorce settlement and they're sorting out all the finances, not only are they going to look at their jointly owned property, but they're also going to look at the house that she now owns, which once belonged to you as the parents. That is then included in part of this big financial settlement. And if she can't afford to pay off her husband it by other means, your house will have to be sold in order to do that. Again, she's not meaning to chuck you out, but she's inadvertently had to. What happens if actually, still married, no problems there, but actually she's got a bankruptcy, she's in money trouble and she can't pay off the creditors? Well, now, if she's got a house in her name, that's what they're going to go after. Again, you could be forced to take out a loan or something like that to help her out, and if you can't do that, she's going to have to sell the house to pay these people off. Furthermore, there's tax issues that you probably wouldn't have thought about. If you own one house, you don't pay capital gains on it. It's your main house, you get relief. If you now own a second house, you pay capital gains tax, which is a tax on the amount of money you've made on that asset. So in the daughter scenario, she now owns a second property, which is the one you used to own, and if that goes up in value, she will have to pay capital gains tax on it. So again, more tax being paid that you didn't have to pay before. So there are quite a few different things there that may not have been thought about. But let's have a little look at the reasons you probably did it in the first place. There generally seems to be two reasons that people do it. One is to avoid inheritance tax. If you've done it to avoid tax, you've completely wasted your time. HMRC, when they're considering your estate for inheritance tax, they'll include that house because even though you think you've gifted it away, what you've in fact done is made a gift with a reservation of benefit, because you're still living in that house, you're not paying rent, so you're effectively treating it as if it was still your house. And the government aren't stupid, they are going to treat that still as part of your estate when they're working out how much, if any, tax you owe. So it's not going to deal with that. Some other people will do it thinking, well, let's get it out of our names. We're unwell, we need care, we might need care in the future. Let's put it in the kids' names now, and then when we go into the care home, it won't be used. Again, unfortunately, you're completely wrong. Local authorities have extremely strong powers to stop things like this happening, and they will again keep that house inside your estate when they calculate how much you've got, and if your assets go over a certain figure, they are going to make you pay for your own care. So essentially, what you're doing is you're not achieving any of the goals you set out to achieve in terms of getting rid of issues, and in fact all you've done is create a hell of a lot more problems that could weight you down the line. you've got absolutely no security in that house. So my advice is, if you haven't done this and you're thinking about it, don't do it. It's far better to do absolutely nothing at all than do this. Save money, and then you're not worrying about the insecurities caused by signing it to somebody else's name. Just do nothing. Of course, there's lots of proactive things that you can do, but that's for another discussion and for another video.